Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome back.
We're back to do a review, Curse of Oak Island, Season 9, Episode 2. We didn't do one for the first episode because they were just going to
I
get
say
going.
I, I say we just mix it in all into one, but we'll be kind of short about it.
I remember about a lot from the first episode.
I kind of remember a lot.
As I know people are excited about us doing more Curse of Oak Island videos.
So
talking about I'm supposedly finding a money pit, but not finding a money pit, or really finding anything worthwhile. But it's still entertaining, and I find it's historic stuff. Kind of is
very awesome.
Yeah, and it's interesting anyway. So we're gonna make videos for it because I know we like to talk about it.
We do. So just before we jump into episode 2, the recent one, we're just gonna do a very, very quick recap of the first episode. The first episode, obviously, the team is back together on Oak Island. Dr. Ian Spooner and his colleague and partner, I forget how you say his name because I think he's like
a Dr. Plouffe or something.
Because he's I think he's like Russian or something.
No, he's Canadian.
Oh, Canadian. I'm sorry.
It sounds like French almost.
So they ended up doing some testing in the water of the money pit. They drilled a few holes down because they want to see if there's anything valuable down there.
Yeah, they found gold in the water.
Yeah, they found gold in the water, which they all thought was strange because Dr. Spooner basically said gold normally doesn't stay in the water for a very long period of time, but this water detected gold. I think they said gold was in it. They detected some silver in it as well, which basically confirms what the Laginas originally thought, that there is treasure down there. So it seems like the scientific data, is heading in the right direction of what they're saying. Because everything that they said, even, at the end of season 8, certain theories, it seems like they're right about everything they've said so far.
Yeah, I think it's funny how they think, I might go think gold, and they think there is treasure, but who knows? It could be just trace amounts of gold just in the ground.
And now with the testing, it is confirmed there is gold and silver in the waters of the money pit area, which is obviously a huge discovery for the team. So that's basically a huge one. And then they went back to digging the swamp. Another thing too in this season going forward, so the department, the agricultural people, the people that are in charge of Oak Island, so now they put restrictions on the team because now that they're finding more stuff, the departments are basically saying, hey, if you guys want this, so you guys gotta file tons of permits and all that now. And then obviously the team's not happy about it, and it's because I think they said the department, whatever, they thought they weren't gonna find like much of anything, and now they're starting to, and that's why they've come alive a lot more. And
the Canadian government, more or less, they didn't care because they didn't think they were going to find anything. But now that they're finding stuff, now they're putting restrictions on what they can dig, when and how they can dig. There's all these different restrictions they're putting on.
They can pretty much do what they want. It's just they need permits for everything, which is a pain for them because they hate it. So that's basically something they're basically stuck with for right now. And then in the swamp, they went back to digging up that road that they found during season 8. And basically, they showed a quick overall season preview. So basically, they're going to go bigger and better. So basically, they're going to dig, massive shafts. They're going to see if they can get that boat out of underneath the swamp. Just basically huge stuff like that.
Yeah, they had to get a copper dam, and last season because of the COVID, they couldn't do a lot of what they want. So they're going to get a copper dam to block the water, to try to dig down the swamp so it doesn't fill in with the water. So they can try to find out if there's actually a boat sunk there. And they're going to bring in, what do they call them, the caisson things, the giant 10-foot circular pylons or whatever you want to call it, that go into the ground to try to dig deeper, to try to find
the supposed money pit or the chapel vault as well, which they've been trying to look for as well.
Yeah, no, this last episode, we're going to go to episode 2.
So episode 2 now is what we're going to talk about. So
they started digging in the swamp, and they found this wooden structure, and it turns out they think it might be a shaft from
Fred Nolan.
Yeah, who was using this to try to dig down to try to find whatever was in the swamp. So they think that's what it is. So It's not something that's real historic. I mean, it's been there that long. It's just
They
the previous Star
they
Trek.
also found some couple pieces of wood as well, which they think came from a ship as well. I think it was Laird Nevin, I think,
Yeah.
said it, that based on what he was looking at, he basically said it looked like it was from the Portuguese. I think he said from back like during, the 1700s, which obviously at that time the French Revolutionary War was going on at the time. So that's because when he was talking to I think it was Rick about it, he was basically saying, oh, there was a war, but it wasn't that far away from the island. It was only like right over there. So they basically could have used the swamp as like a docking area, and that's what they think. But I think they said they're gonna send it off for some testing to get to figure out exactly what the time period.
Yeah,
of
they're
that
gonna
was.
dig more around the swamp area in the road and the water on the other side. They were trying to find if there's actual structures. There was a wharf back in a couple, 300 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
And as far as the money pit goes, they did some more drilling and they found more wood. And they think they found the tunnel, the direction it was
the
going.
chapel vault.
Yeah, so
They think because there's so many different numbers they listed, like C4, C2.
Yeah,
I
there's all
can't.
these different shafts that they drilled because they couldn't use any large case on last year.
Yeah. So basically, like you said, they digged up those certain holes that obviously Craig put together, and his theory was, he claimed that the vault might be down there, and so far he might be right, because they're finding wood and stuff. But it's not, like I said, 100% confirmation. Like, okay, guys, we found it. But it is indeed, a sign that another theory could come into play. I think whose name did they bought up? They bought up someone's name, one of the old treasure hunters there, when they were digging it, because there's that person's theory might be right after all.
I don't recall which person.
It might have
There's
been.
So many different
It might have been Fred Nolan. I'm not 100% sure. I would have to go back.
Restall. There was another guy named Restall that was digging up there a long time ago too.
Okay, so it might have been.
It could have been him. I don't recall which name, because there was so many names they throw out during the episode. I can't remember which was which.
But while they were digging those holes up, they found like this metal inside the ground, and obviously Charles and all them, they're all like, why is there metal in the ground? Like, that's strange. There shouldn't be metal inside the ground. So they sent it off
to be
tested, and they showed Dr. Spooner, Gary, Rick, and the team. They put in this machine, and it detects what type of minerals are on it, and it showed I think gold was on it, silver, zinc, couple other minerals, but they're all kind of shocked about it, as they were, because they're all like, why is there metal in the ground? Why is it here? What's the purpose of it? And but they're gonna I think they did get a test done, didn't they? Got something tested, I remember.
Yeah, I don't think they get something. I don't recall. I don't think they got it fully tested though. I don't know.
I think it was one of the pieces of wood or something. I forget.
They're gonna get the wood tested to see how old it was.
They did get something tested, because they did have a meeting in the war room about it, and he had the piece of paper on it.
Yeah, so
because he showed Marty and his son Alex.
So there's still a lot to go on this this season. Obviously, I'm more excited to get into the season more to when they really start digging a lot more. And right now, there's just kind of minor digging that they're doing.
They're basically like laying the groundwork as to okay, we've dug here and here, but now we got to go bigger, here and here, and this is where we think this and that might be.
Right.
That's what they're sort of trying to picture out. So that's, and then obviously they had the meeting in the war room. I forget exactly what they were reading. I remember what dates they were. I forget what the item was though, but I think Craig said one of the items they tested came back between the years like 1300 something to the 1620s or something like that, and the team was very excited about that. I'll have to go back and figure out what item that was, but I do remember that.
Yeah.
And then the preview for the next episode, Now they're even more aggravated because the Department of Agriculture, now they're hammering them down even more. And Marty's basically like, at this point, no matter what we do for them, no matter how much we comply, we're gonna lose more of our island. And basically they just had enough. They're basically like, you know what, we're just gonna do what we want. We're not gonna listen to them.
I think they're gonna do what they want. We don't know for sure if they're gonna defy the orders they're supposed to go by, or if they didn't do what they want, they're gonna listen. I don't know. I hope they just kind of do what they want, because it's kind of stupid to keep pulling apart.
I just hope they don't get in trouble or nothing like. But I mean, it's their island, really. I mean, they're the ones that bought it, so I mean,
right.
Technically they can do whatever they want.
That's their own place, so they should be able to do what they want.
And then they showed, it looks like some big discoveries are going to be made now.
Yeah, but at the end of every episode, they always show like a big discovery, and when you see the episode's really not as big as it gets you hyped up for nothing. But anyways, we're going to check out the next episode, which will be episode 3. So if you guys want to tune in for that video, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. So hit that like and subscribe.
Until next time.